Hello everybody, welcome back to an edition of the EcoStruxure Machine Expert HVAC. I'm your host, Leandro Mada, and in this video what we're going to see is how we can display on the embedded display of the Modicon M172 the numeric values of a variables. Okay, so let's go to the software. In the previous video, I already showed you how to show on the display the text of the variables. Now, using the same object, what we're going to do is to show the numeric values of a variable. So for that, let's create a few variables here. These are the I-bar and R-bar. This is going to be real. Okay. So I'm going to compile, and then those variables will be available over here in our list. Okay, these two. Now, in order to use the same object, which is this one, insert new edit, that basically is going to be for a string or for a numeric variable. Here we have different formats and different things in order for us to configure. Okay, so the easiest way in order to configure this is to drag and drop the variable that we already have from here, or there is a variable coming from here. Okay, so if we go over here in variables, select this, we have the possibility to select variables and select the variable that we want. The only complicated thing is that there is no search over here, so you need to manually find the variable that you want. Okay, so that can take a little more time, but at the end you should be able to find it. So this one's going to be I-bar, it's over here, and then I have R-bar, that should be over here. Just click on the variable, and then you should be able to see this. Okay, easy. Let me just check something. Just checking what's gonna be next, just to explain things over here. So this is how you can add the variable. The other way is to drag and drop it. Okay, so you can define which one is the best one. The other way is to having the variable over here. So I just drag and drop this one X show, and the variable here. You have different options. Okay, but it will depend on the things that you want, but we're gonna cover that later. Okay, for buttons. Right now, I'm just going to specialize only in this object over here. Now, along with this visualization of this display of the value, okay, that is also for text or for numeric values, we can add to this one something called enumerative. So here, add a enumerative, and depend on the value, here we can name it. So enum show. So we can see if the value is 0, it's going to be hide, and this one is visible in case we want to do something. So when the value is 0, you're going to show hide, and when the value is 1, it's going to be visible. This one like a list text. I'm going to explain that later, so just stay with me. Now that we have this object, we have different things to do. We have the appearance, flat, this is the one that you show, raise. Okay, we have the other option called sunk, but this one, these two I never use it, as I always use flat. Never change that, but it's up to you. At least you know that we have, and it changed. Let's give you the idea of this up or down. That's it. Along with this, we have the possibility to change the font. We're going to talk about the fonts over here. This is what we have, but I believe we have the possibility to import fonts. So in that case, you can contact technical support in order to provide you some fonts. I believe there are some fonts available. And here we have this background color, text color, and select background and foreground. So basically, if you have all these elements over here, it's fine if you're going to use the touch in order to access and make the modification. But in this case, the embedded display is not touch, so we need to use the keys in order to navigate. And how do we know in which object we are right now? Well, if we don't change, if we just change this, okay, or just leave it as it is, we're going to see the selected object, because it will go, when it's selected, we go the other way around. Okay, so for example, right now in all these objects by default are selected background white and text color is going to be in black. So when it's selected through the navigation, it will change the colors. So it's going to be, the background is going to be black and the text is going to be in white. So that can give you the idea that you have already selected that object to make the modification. So it's important to know that if you leave it as this, then you don't know if you are selecting that object. Then what we have is this border. So if the object is not selectable, okay, I usually use border 0. The access is only read only, otherwise it's going to be read write. And I select this, selectable false. So nobody can select. And in order to know what it is, so it can give you an idea that it's not selectable, I can use, for example, insert text. This is going to be the static. So it's going to be temp room. And you have the value. And then this one is going to be the set point, for example. So set point. So this can give you the idea that, okay, this one I can change, this one I cannot change. And even if it has a selection order, it doesn't matter, it will go directly to this one. Okay, so that can facilitate the interaction between the PLC and the operator. Now, if we have this, we also have the possibility to select the variable. We have the possibility to show the visibility. So for example, let's say set point, and can use a variable here, visible, instead of it always true. I can select a variable. In this case, I'm going to show this one x show that I had created in the previous one. So when the variable x show is true, okay, I should be able to see that that text or that field. Otherwise, it's going to be invisible. It's important here on the refresh to leave it true. So when the variable change, I should be able to see the variable on the screen. Otherwise, it will not show up. For the variables that needs to be changed, we have the possibility to select low limit and high limit in order to avoid different numbers. So we have that. We have the events. We can associate procedures to the objects. And what is important here, just going to show you, let's just select this one, is here in the format. Let's select this. So in the format, here is specify the number of characters that I want to show, and also the format for that variable. So here, if we select, we have this. How many going to be integers and how many decimals? So in this case, it's temperature 2 and 1. You can select to view always the sign and also fill with zeros. So here I need more characters. I'm going to use 5. I'm going to use 5. Just show you all the things that you can do. So you know what you can do. So this is going to be the same variable, okay, but it's different in the visualization. This one doesn't have anything different. So now here I'm going to drag and drop this X show once again, edit control. Now what I'm going to do is to change on the format for this Boolean variable okay, it has something different. So here, as this one is a Boolean variable, okay, we have the possibility to use enumerative. And the enumerative is the one I created here. So when it's 0, it's going to show something, and when it's 1, it's going to do something else. And this is normal because I need to compile the application, then it will change this hash that I have. So let's see if I forgot about something. Format. You have possibility to select if it's going to be password. So it's going to show like that. Okay. So let's try to check this out. So this is the previous one that I explained for the characters for string. Now I'm going to show you with numeric values. Okay, you can see there I have some question marks. That's because I haven't downloaded the code to the PLC. Okay, and okay, good. So let's go to the display part. Now, as you can see here, I have the possibility to select these two and not this one, which is this because it's not selectable. So now what I'm going to do is to change this to high to visible. As you can see, this one is in true and this one is selectable. 0, hide. So you have different things to do. And then you can change the value here. Enter, move, set point 21.1, okay, and it will change, it does something, okay. So this is how you can play around with the options that you have in mind. Is similar to the previous one, using the same object but for a string, some same properties. So the only thing that you can saw over here, you can see over here, is the enumerative, that I can probably explain that in another video with more details. But this is it, how you can use the text field or display object to show the numeric value of the variables on the PLC or the internal part of the HMI. So thank you very much for watching this video, and I see you in the next one.